This game is called Garden Detectives and it can be found on the ABC Education website. It's based for year ones and twos for science. The purpose of this game is to get the children to think more about the types of insects and what can be found in a garden, as well as problem solving skills, as you have to put the insects and creatures back in the correct spots where you found them. So if you move your magnifying glass around the garden, you can find different creatures. You then select one and it brings up a lot of information about the specific creature you found, and also a scale ratio on how big the creature is compared to this thumbtack. We then collect them and then put them into our collection tray. So once we've found 4 creatures, you then need to remember where you've got
Well done. You found 4
your creatures from.
creatures. Now let's put them back where they came from.
So popping them back in the garden requires the children to use a bit of their problem-solving skills. For instance, if you were to put a creature back in the incorrect spot, the character, who is Andy the ant, will then come back and say try again. So if we were to put the ant on the cat,
where you found this creature, try to remember where you found it in the garden.
You could see that it basically just says that it's in the wrong spot. So we put the creatures back in the correct spots and the students get it right. Students can learn a lot about different types of creatures of insects and creatures in the game, as well as enhancing their problem solving skills. I believe this could be a collaborative game. If used in pairs, the students would effectively be able to retain more information and remember where they found their creatures from. The effectiveness of facilitating learning in this game, I believe it's a great resource, especially for year ones and twos. They're curious about the garden and creatures and insects and what they can find where. So I think this is a really great little resource and definitely something that I would use in my classroom.